Coming up on this edition of the Met Report, you could own part of Facebook. We'll tell you how.
Plus, Metro's Arts magazine wins an award. We'll tell you what for.
And are you ready for winter roads? How to get your car ready for the winter. Next. Thank you for joining us for the Met Report. I'm Jack Bingham.
And I'm Lieka Bryant.
This week, Egyptians voted for the first time in over 3 decades. Jeffrey Will is in the newsroom with more on this story.
Millions of Egyptians showed up at the polls earlier this week, excited to participate in the first vote since the fall of Hosni Mubarak.
The election will select Egypt's parliament, who will be charged with creating a new national constitution. Early feedback on the election shows that the Muslim Brotherhood could control as much as 45% of the parliament. Some Egyptians are concerned about the possibility of an Islamist government. A number of Egypt's Coptic Christian population have already worked on getting the necessary papers for moving out of the country.
Nevertheless, President Obama says this is the fairest election in Egypt's history. Even outside observers are saying they favor the process. Here in the newsroom, Jeffrey Will for the Met Report.
When the flakes start flying, students know to get their hat and gloves, but preparing your car is just as important. The Met Report brings you some tips on how to winterize your car.
Thursday's dusting was a rude awakening that winter's rapidly approaching, and Denver winters call for a prepared vehicle. Here are some tips to keep your car running safely throughout this season. Hot and cold weather take away battery life, so check your battery's date and replace it when necessary. Sand will be used to melt the snow on the roads, and a lot of it will get kicked up onto your windshield. Make sure you have plenty of wiper fluid to spray your windshield down and good wiper blades to wipe it clean. Good tire pressure and tread will help navigate through slippery roads and turns. Good antifreeze levels will help prevent your engine from freezing over. If your headlights look dim, replace the bulbs for best possible sight and replace them in pairs. Keep an emergency bag in your car in case you get stuck out in the middle of nowhere. Some things to have in it are a collapsible shovel, a blanket, dried foods, a flashlight, extra batteries, water, and a first aid kit. Eric Gallion reporting for the Met Report.
The Metro State Board of Trustees met Thursday, December 1st, to finally make a decision regarding the name of the school. And their decision is more waiting. The meeting did not result in a decision between the latest options, and the board will try to finalize on a name within the next 30 to 40 days, their new deadline to put a name before the Colorado State Legislature.
Metro State is setting the pace for student literature and art. The Metrosphere Literary Magazine just took home a national award. The Met Report's Benjamin Smith has the full story.
Metropolitan State College is now home to a famous art publication. Metrosphere is a student art journal that recently won the Pacemaker Award, a very prestigious honor likened to a Pulitzer Prize for student publications. This is the second time the magazine won the award in less than 5 years. This annual catalog showcases student and alumni talent from poetry and prose to photos and art. Joe Gerlich, one of the lead editors of the magazine, reminisced back to the vision he had before this amazing project had even begun.
We wanted to have a vision that would be pacemaker worthy. We really wanted that. It was more of a dream.
One of the features that helped this edition win this distinguished award was the separation of the literature and art into 2 separate but cohesive books, the artwork of which was inspired by a graphic novel. If you haven't had a chance to read this magazine, it's certainly a unique part of Metro that is worth checking out.
We publish stuff from people who have their academics have no connection with the arts whatsoever. There's so many different opportunities. It's not just for writing students. I mean, anyone can submit to this. This is for Metro students and alumni too.
Students can look forward to the new edition coming out May 3rd of 2012.
The new generation of college students seem to be opting for a life examined. Even though high tuition costs have resulted in decreased enrollment at colleges, majoring in philosophy is rising in popularity. Philosophy is considered to be the mother of many educational disciplines and allows students to easily segue into more specific fields of graduate work.
College students are always a little short on cash, so if you want some extra money for the holiday season, one option is to sell your textbooks to the bookstore. The bookstore will have tables set up on multiple occasions, in the Tivoli next December 5th and through December 9th for their book buyback program. The program only buys a limited number of each textbook, so getting there earlier in the week is advised. However, you will likely get more money if you wait until finals week. If your book is still needed, that is.
You know, it's always nice coming back, at the end of the semester and taking your books and getting some extra cash.
Yeah, I need the extra lunch money.
I hear you.
Coming up after the break, we have some tips for surviving those dreaded finals.
And a study shows how America may be getting fatter. But first, a quick look at your 7-day forecast.
Believe in yourself, realize that anything is possible, keep your eyes on the prize.
When you're at your weakest point, grace can rise up and pull you out.
So I felt like I was filling a void.
Even when I'm faced with difficult situations, I can always find something to smile about.
Little simple ways. I mean, there's really lots of things you can plug into.
It's that time of year again, not holidays, but finals. Hassan Shah brings us some tips to help lessen the stress of the upcoming exams.
You're probably thinking, finals, time to load up on the monster drinks and cram. But did you know that stressing out and consuming unhealthy foods can actually minimize your success at finals? Before you take your step into your stressful week, let's take a look at some easy steps that can help you be better prepared for finals.
A lot of times I like to, do a lot of yoga, meditation.
I make sure to take me time and just relax.
Number 1, surrounding yourself with stressful people. Stress is actually contagious. During exam week, avoid being around people who are ripping their hair out because they're too stressed. Their stress will only add to your stress. Number 2, eat healthy and exercise. You can simply eat healthy without breaking the bank. And yes, that means avoid the energy drinks and eating sugar. Instead, incorporate healthier foods like bananas and apples into your diet. Maintaining your physical and mental energy is very important, especially if you're studying for tough exams. Last but not least, force yourself to take breaks. For every hour or so that you study, take up to a 15-minute break. Give your brain some rest so you can think better when you get back to studying. Additional help is always provided on campus. Be sure to check out the tutoring center for more information. And remember, if you take better care of yourself by following these easy steps, you'll be more confident on taking those tough exams. For the Met Report, I'm Hassan Shah. Back to you guys.
Earlier this week, American Airlines filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy due to rising costs and an unstable economy. Planes are still scheduled to fly and tickets with the airline will still be honored. Unfortunately, the bankruptcy will affect employees down the road. The airline might not make route consolidations, and employees might have to start pension concessions.
Republican presidential candidate Newt Gingrich issued a challenge to President Obama earlier this week. He said that if he is nominated, he will challenge the president to 7 3-hour-long debates. He also had this to say when laying the ground rules for the debates.
And in all fairness, it will be fine with me if he wants to use a teleprompter. After all, if you had to defend Obamacare for 3 hours, wouldn't you want to have a teleprompter as part of your process?
Would you like to own a piece of the Facebook empire? Well, you just might get the chance. The social networking giant is expected to go public with its stock in the spring of 2012. Facebook shares have been traded privately until now. U.S. regulations mandate that any companies with over 500 shareholders, like Facebook, be publicly traded. The initial public offering of the stock is expected to generate massive revenue for the company.
The Denver City Council has approved the contract for a new chief of police. Robert White of Louisville, Kentucky, is set to take over as chief of police in about 2 weeks and says that he looks forward to promoting a positive image for the Denver Police Department. White will earn $167,000 per year and will oversee 1,400 officers in the Denver area. The approval of City Council was required because of White being from outside the Denver Police Department.
Through all the twists and turns of the last 2 decades, one thing has been steadily growing in the United States: our waistlines. Over the last 20 years, the average weight of people nationwide has grown by almost 20 pounds. The average weight that people think would be ideal for them has also increased by about 10 pounds. According to a survey by Gallup Polls, despite this increase, only 39% of people surveyed described themselves as overweight, when the national average is just under 62%.
You know, what we can take pride in being from Colorado is that we're historically one of the fittest states around, so that's something to take pride in. The basketball season is underway. We'll tell you about how the men and women's teams fared.
And a holiday tradition is just around the corner. Annalisa Blanca has more in entertainment. Back in a moment.
Hello, I'm Kim Matsula, and I play Hope Logan on The Bold and the Beautiful, and you're watching The Met Report.
Now joining us is the lovely Annalisa Blanco with the latest news of her fellow stars. Annalisa?
Hey there, Metro. I'm Annalisa Blanco, your inside source to everything in Hollywood. We've been closely following the Conrad Murray trial, and his final sentence for Michael Jackson's death has been confirmed. Murray has been served a 4-year sentence in prison, but due to the overcrowding in California, he will most likely only serve 2 years in a county jail. It seems that the Kardashians are always in the headlines these days. Well, this time it's not focused on Kim, but rather her older sister, Kourtney. The 30-year-old Kardashian and longtime boyfriend, Scott Disick, will be welcoming their second child. From babies to breakups after a 6-year relationship that's now been overshadowed with cheating scandals, Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher have finally called their marriage off. The 49-year-old actress decided to end her relationship with the 2.5 Men star. Moore stated, "It's with great sadness and a heavy heart that I have decided to end my 6-year marriage to Ashton. As a woman, a mother, and a wife, there are certain values and vows that I hold sacred, and in this spirit, I have chosen to move forward with my life." Well, on to some happier news. The on-again, off-again relationship with Chicago Bears quarterback Jay Cutler and reality star Kristen Cavallari is surprisingly back on. Although wedding details haven't been revealed yet, the couple will have more time to plan their wedding now that Cutler's out for the regular football season. And movie star Anne Hathaway will also be walking down the aisle soon. Her rep confirms that the starlet is engaged to actor Adam Schulman, and we at Entertain Met wish them both a happy engagement. Well, tune in next week for exclusive interviews with Alan Cummings and James Cromwell at the Stars Denver Film Festival. You don't want to miss it. And lastly, the glow you'll be seeing this weekend won't be Hollywood stars, it'll be Hollywood lights. The annual Denver Parade of Lights is December 2nd and December 3rd. Downtown Denver will be glowing with holiday cheer as floats, bands, and balloons make their way from Civic Center Park to the area around the 16th Street Mall. The festive event begins at 8 p.m. on December 2nd and 6 p.m. on December 3rd. And guess what? Admission is free. Well, that's it for this week's entertainment. Back to you guys.
I, for one, can't wait to go. I just love this time of year. All the lights are so beautiful.
It's such a beautiful family event. After the break, Leanna Dort joins us on desk, and she'll tell us about the end of all fall sports and the beginning of the basketball season. All that and more when we come back.
All night long and do it all again so I can find my way back home.
The sun seems to shine a little less since you've been gone.
You were the one I wanted. Don't stray, don't ever go away.
I'll just smile and everyone will wanna go with it. Oh.
The Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference is one of the most historic college organizations in the United States. Founded in 1909, the RMAC has a membership of 14 colleges and universities, making it one of the largest conferences in the country. The RMAC is also one of the most successful. During the past decade, more than 30 RMAC teams have won national championships. The Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference, continuing the tradition of excellence.
Welcome back. Leanna Duarte joins us on desk with Met Report Sports, and the fall sports are coming to an end, right?
Yeah, and we're starting up with the winter sports, so.
Very cool.
Last time we met, we said we would keep you posted about how the volleyball team was doing in the NCAA tournament. Well, they lost. Southwest Minnesota State swept Metro 25-19, 28-26, and 25-22 in the first round. But it was not all bad, as Bree Morley put down 20 kills, which put her in first place as the school's all-time leader in kills with 1,666. For her effort in the tournament, she was named to the Central Region All-Tournament team. Metro State's men's cross-country team finished 9th in the NCAA Division II championships after running through a heavy snowstorm. The finish was the highest in school history. The men's top finisher, Iger Eriksson, who came in 11th, and fellow senior Carl Arnold III finished 59th. The men's basketball team is off to a flying start, winning their first 4 games of the season. That included a very important victory of Central Region foe Winona State. The runners look to make it to 5 straight against Colorado College right here at home. Metro last went 5-0 back in the 2004-2005 season. Jonathan Morse starting things off right. He grabs the offensive board, gets the putback and the foul. The junior finished with 14 points and 8 rebounds. Metro up by 13 at the break, second half, and the new face to the squad gets in on the action. JUCO transfer Tyler Cooper goes 3 for 3 from beyond the arc, and Metro lead got to as high as 35 as they cruised to the 71-43 blowout. 4 Roadrunners scored in the double figures, reaching 5-0 on the season.
I think all around, collectively, we played well. I've been struggling from the 3, so it was good just to get that going. But teammates and coaches and everyone, they just kept encouraging me to shoot. So, but all around, it was real good.
After starting the season off at home, the women headed down to Texas for the Robert Stitching Lady Buff Thanksgiving Classic. And first up was West Texas A&M. Janessa Burke scored a season high of 25 points off the bench, which included the game-winning shot. Burke managed to get into the game after women struggled with the foul trouble all night. One of Metro's top scorers, Jasmine Cervantes, was held to just 2 points, but managed to lead the team with rebounds with 8. Despite Cervantes' rebound totals, the team was out-rebounded for just the 4th time in the past 2 seasons. But Metro would pull off the squeaker 66-65. The women's next game was against Angelo State, and Metro would win that game as well, 68-55. With the weekend sweep, the women improved to a 4-0 and are ranked 3rd in the nation, the highest ranking in school history.
That is thrilling to be ranked that highly in the country.
Yeah, we should be really proud of both our basketball teams.
No kidding.
Well, that will do it for this week's edition of the Met Report. For Jack Bingham, Annalisa Blanco, and Leanna Duarte, I'm Lieka Bryant. Be sure to tune in next week for our holiday special, and we will say goodbye to one of our graduating team members. We will see you then. Thanks, everybody.